All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. It's Tuesday, March 9th, and we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition tonight. We're rocking and rolling on some Princes of the Apocalypse, session 10, and these are the players over there. Say hello to the stream players. What's happening?
Hello to the stream.
Hola.
Hello,
Hello.
stream.
Hello to YouTube and the 3 people in chat. That's counting us. No, I don't know. Atomic Hero
Lemon
Squad's
juices.
there. I think Boffrin was hanging out from somewhere. And
There's
Lemon
Atomic
Juice is
Hero.
12
Lemon
is,
juice
is
is
something.
12.
I don't know who that is. They're in every stream I'm in, so it must be some kind of
Well, welcome.
county bot or something. I don't know. Like Pretzel Rocks. But who remembers last week? That's what I
Can't
thought.
even remember yesterday.
So
We leveled up.
you guys left Womford and headed up the Desserin Road. And I'm gonna push you a map. And you made it to Summit Hall. Summit Hall was one of the destinations for the missing delegation, and supposedly you heard that they were bringing a dead knight here to be interned into this establishment, which is the Knights of Samular, which is a uh, a branch of the god of Tyr, god of justice. The hammer with the scale on top of it, Tyr. And you made it to the bottom of the hill here where it's at. And I, as a wonderful DM I am, I like images and stuff. So as you look up, as the sun is would be setting low in the sky in a couple hours. This is what the place will look like. You got a 15-foot wall that goes around it, some outlying farmland, and out in the farmland you can see some armored knights guarding people that are tending to crops and to sheep and such out there. As you guys have approached, and I think the guards called down to you and said, "What ho! What brings you to Summit Hall?" It's kind of off the main road, not too far. You could see it from the main road, so it's not that far from the Desserin Valley or the Desserin Road.
Pinch just stares up at this big wall, not sure what to think about it. He's not used to seeing things this big.
Yeah, there's some armored guards up on the above the gate. The gate is closed. A big iron bound wooden gate.
No, we're kind of looking for Variel's daughter, right? Isn't
Yep.
it?
Well, she is part of the missing delegation, yes.
Right. Well, do we know they're missing?
Well, they haven't. Well, no, not
We
not
haven't found them
totally.
yet. Yeah.
The delegation, then. They're missing to you because you haven't
Yes.
found them yet.
Well, and we expected her sooner. So
Right.
it
She
makes
should have
sense
been.
that, yeah.
She should have been around sooner, and she hasn't showed
Right.
up. That's why you headed to Summit Hall, because you know this was one of their destinations. If not their final, you're not sure. One of them says, one of the guards looks over and he says, I think they're deaf.
Pinch, you got some sign language you can use. Oh, did you say deaf, sir?
And the guy signs back, but you don't understand what he says. It's a
Well,
different
mine was
language.
thieves can't. Yeah, mine was
Yeah,
thieves can't.
he signed back in Orcish. You don't understand it.
Yeah.
A lot of
Coco.
middle fingers.
Yeah.
That's all Orcish is.
That's one thing about sign language. It's one language. It's there's no misinterpretation of it.
Nah, there's American Sign Language, and other countries have their own sign languages.
What? That's stupid. I
New
always
Yeah.
thought it was
York.
one
I mean,
language.
New York is just.
True story, funny thing. In Japanese Sign Language, this is the sign for older brother. So
See,
when you
older
say
brother.
you're talking to your older brother, you're doing this.
And in New York, that means I'm gonna. Yeah.
Means have a great day.
It's a New York greeting.
So, you guys are standing here looking at these cards. They're like,
Well, I'm
should we
waiting
just
for
tell him
Beryl
to
to
go
take the
away?
lead, but he's stoned.
As usual.
He's looking at a plant on the side
Never
of the
wait for
road.
Viral to take the lead.
So Lumina's waited long enough, and he says, "We've come seeking word of a dwarven delegation that our friend was traveling with."
Who's that? The guard says.
Tess show up here yet?
They look at each other, look back at you. Tess? They kind of lean over the edge a little, look down at you. We don't.
Yeah,
We
my
don't.
daughter, Tess. Everybody knows her.
Uh, let me. One of the guards says, uh, "Lady Terrestrial."
I never called her lady, but sure.
She is a princess.
She's my Tess. That makes me the king.
Does that makes you king,
She-
doesn't it?
They're like,
Wow.
we. Oh, should we tell them? No, just let
Yes.
them in. Okay. They open the gate. Come in. Come in. You have to go see.
Thank you.
You have to go see. What the hell's her name? I just had it.
Randolph.
Marge.
Carl.
Right? When you're just making it up on the spot. It's Marge.
Princess Terrestrial. I'm Queen King
Let's say
Tesseract.
Karen. Karen's in there waiting for you. Karen.
I'd like to speak with the manager.
Lady Usian Storm Banner is who you have to go see. So they let you in this pretty big kind of keep deal. It's a small stronghold. It stands on top of a hilltop and in the southern regions of the Somber Hill. It consists of a few buildings like a stone hall. Everything's surrounded by a 15-foot wall, but there's a stone hall, a sturdy iron-bound wooden gate. There's stables, a tower. You can see a building that looks like barracks and some other storage buildings that's all enclosed in this protective wall. There's a banner flying with an emblem of a crossed torch and sword, a torch and sword, and it's up there fluttering in the wind overhead. And you can see there's some knights about wearing plate armor. They have horses with barding on that they. It looks like they keep a patrol about all the time. There's other like young men in training, and then you can see some servants and other like artisans and artisans and stuff like that that help maintain the place about. And after a few minutes, they bring you into like into the main entrance. There's places for you to hang up coats and take off backpacks, and like a mud room that they bring you into pretty much. And they tell you that make yourself comfortable in the adjacent room after you know clean the road dirt off of you. And Lady Usi and Stormbanner will be with you momentarily. So, and this place looks well kept. It looks old, like it's been here a while. Um, any particular thing you guys want to do in the next few minutes as they're
Yeah.
fetching her?
Scope out the tables and any decorations and things. Is there silverware? Is there what's the things
Food.
that a pinch would do? Yeah, where's the food and are there any valuables laying about?
There's not really any food out yet. They weren't expecting company, so there's but the mudroom looks like it's equipped to greet people. So you know, there's some pitchers of water and things to rinse off, and there's a privy. There's that kind of stuff, all in this area.
Hello down there. What is this thing?
You see a gold coin down there.
What the hell?
It's down about 3 feet. How tall are you?
That's too far. Hey, somebody give me a hand.
I'll give him an assist and use Mage Hand to bring it up out of the toilet and just have it, floating there for him to take.
It's got a
Hey,
little turd
got a
with a
smell
piece of
to it.
corn on it.
This is about like Zhang Lang's outhouse he lives in.
I'm
It's about the
surprised
same
there's no
size, yeah.
monkey down there.
There is no monkey down there
Oh,
yet.
Oh, thank
Not
God.
yet.
I haven't seen him.
I assume there's like a dwarven, like a steward or like a guard or something around.
Yeah, there's some guards milling about right by the entrance. You guys are in kind of an off room inside the entrance, but there's definitely a servant that you want. My name is Jeeves. How can I help you, sir? You seem like
Jeeves.
you need
Uh, I-
something.
Gotta ask you something, Jeeves.
He looks down at you.
I'd like to study his beard for a moment. Does he look like his beard for a dwarf? Is it a little
He's not.
fuller than
This isn't a
normal? Or-
dwarven. This is a human. These aren't dwarves.
Oh, these are humans.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
these were dwarves. Never
No,
mind.
no. But he does have a beard.
Do y'all have some kind of wash basin we can use?
Yeah, he points to the wash basin I described earlier.
I thought you just said a privy. So, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go clean myself up.
Here, let me wash this gold coin off in there first. There, that's all shiny. I put it in my pocket.
You have to dump the bowl and put some more water in. So, after about 10 minutes, you guys, you hear Jeeves. He's like, "The lady is ready to see you. Please come with me." So you're taken into basically a library, a big library, and coming in the other side of the library as you guys kind of move into the room, you see an elderly woman. She's wearing plate mail. She's got like um, bare shoulder guards on, and you think she's probably maybe in her 60s. She's got a scar across her face. She's pretty wrinkled up, and her armor's got nicks and dings and stuff in it. But she keeps herself kind of groomed nice, and she's got a fur lining underneath her breastplate and stuff. And she says, "Hi, I am Lady Usrin Stormbanner. It's nice to see travelers out this way. You are friends with Princess whatever her name is on the other page."
Tessariel? Tess?
I got it right here. Her name is Tessariel Brysatra, or AKA Tess.
Nice pauldrons on that.
Yeah, she's my sister.
Ah,
Thank you for meeting us. Have you
She's my
seen her?
daughter.
well,
But we're not related.
She says, unfortunately, please have a seat a moment. Unfortunately, as you guys get settled in a little bit, she says, she hasn't arrived, nor has any of the delegation. We even sent out patrols around the area to see if we can see or find any signs of them, and we have come up empty-handed. I'm uncertain as to what happened to them, and my fears are now laid open as her family comes looking for her. Where do you come from?
Pinch is too nervous to
Womford.
talk.
I mostly stay around Golden Fields.
Red Larch.
Got a little garden there.
Hmm. Well,
We
we
traveled up
know
from
it
the
was
south
a
from Womford.
we know it was a
That smack
large
Valerian. Pay attention.
we know it was a
What?
large caravan. There were four of the delegation. Uh, she says the moon elf, Princess Brysatra, or Tess as you call her, a dwarven sage, a historian of sort, Brudenthar, and another dwarf from Mirabar, a shield dwarf of some nobility, Rundorth, and a noble out of Waterdeep, Desenia Marjora. And I'll drop these in the chat just so if someone's taking notes. I'll just drop the whole freaking thing. It says story crap on it, but whatever. She said they were bringing a human knight here named Sir Torin Haldane, who died fighting orcs in the spine of the world. A great hero, and he was being interned here. But unfortunately, the delegation, this large caravan that traveled from Mirabar, has not showed up, and there were 4 wagons with supplies, over 20 guards, 8 of which were mounted, several craftsmen, artisans, and workers that traveled with them. Gorvidal, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it, buddy.
You said they were coming from the north?
Yes, they were due to travel through Ballard, as far as I knew. Of course, that from Mirabar, that would take them across the stone bridge before they got there. What
Do you
news
know
do
where
you
the
have?
Do you know where they were last seen?
We do not. We have had no word.
How far did your patrols go north?
Just a day in all directions.
So they didn't go to Belliard.
No.
I have not visited this area before, but I notice that your fortress here is very heavily guarded. Is how dangerous is this area? Is it possible they were attacked in the hills north of here?
There has been a great amount of disturbances in the Somber Hills. Unnatural weather, shaking ground, creatures seen all about of strange origin. We don't generally patrol too far into the hills. Our duties lie to protect Summit Hall and its inhabitants, living and dead.
Do you have any mounts we can procure? We can use them up and go head up to Belliard and back. We'll bring them back.
Unfortunately, our mounts are all trained for battle, not for travel, and we don't have any for sale. We do have 2 mules that we could part with, if you that we use for plowing the fields.
What is the name of that place on the river? River Keep or whatever it was?
River
To the
Guard
east?
was the name of the
River
place
Guard.
you're
River
referring
Guard.
to.
Yeah. I want to ask her if she knows anything about that place, River Guard.
Let's see if she's got any knowledge that's pretty far away. She's like, "No, I've not heard of this place. What have you heard?"
Just a bunch of halflings bringing
bunch
stuff
of-
from there.
A bunch of halflings have a place on the river?
Yeah, if you go there, keep
So
your hands
everybody
on your
looks
pouch.
at Pinch. He shrugs.
But you guys
nods his
see
head.
Pinch, and little balls of sweat are rolling down his face, and he's really nervous, standing in front of this old woman in the armor and in this place. He just his eyes are about that big around. He just really freaked out looking.
She does have a pin on too. It's a Lord's Alliance pin, if any of your characters would be knowledgeable on it. She's like, "Well, I see that you have traveled from Warmford, at least, in a stretch. We do have accommodations for travelers if you wish to stay the evening. I'm sure we can add 5 plates to the meal tonight."
That would be excellent.
Judge, fantastic. What? And can these guys eat too? Pinch points to them.
She chuckles and she says, "We'll make sure you get extra rations of corn."
Yeah, wonderful. He takes his hat off and he feels a little more at ease and takes his rag out and wipes the sweat off and puts his hat back up.
So she says, "If you need anything, just ask Jeeves. He will come get me." And Jeeves like, "Please come this way to the guest quarters." So they take you through, a back hall and up some stairs to a section of the keep that overlooks the farm and the just right up against the outside wall, and you can look down down lower, and you can see them out there, tending to crops, and a couple of mules are pulling plows and stuff. Um, and it's a pretty much a bunk room, a big room. There's like 10 bunk beds in here, so there's some wardrobes and a couple of tables and some chairs and stuff in here too.
I pick a bunk as far away from Soleil as possible because I know he snores.
I'll make sure to sleep as close to Lumina as possible because I snore.
You get on the bunk underneath of him. Anything you guys want to talk about? Do?
Well, I guess we need to decide whether we're going to go north or east the next day to the Belliard or over to where the books came from.
Books came from. I thought that was to the north along the river.
Is up
Yeah,
here
River Guard
somewhere.
Keep.
It'd probably be yeah. All we know is up the river in the Summer Hills. Up in there somewhere. Maybe even farther north.
Our first priority is this caravan, at least find out what happened to it.
Yeah.
So, Lumina,
If
as
we-
you're getting your bunk ready and bed done, you pull back the covers, and a freaking monkey jumps out of the covers. He's got a bowl. He puts on a bowler hat, and he shits right on your bed. And then he scoops up the shit, and he throws a pile at you. But this time, you're a little fast, and you duck, and it hits Jeeves right in the face. And you turn around and look and laugh, and then the monkey jumps over you onto the next bunk, and when he does so, he flings the poop on and hits you in the back of the head. As we had Clyde, the poo slinging monkey.
I'm gonna
Thanks,
go
and
see if there's anybody out practicing in the courtyard, and that I can spar with.
You can thank Engorgio in chat for getting in and doing that. Of course, it's his calling card now. I still haven't fixed the question mark, but I kind of like that. I'm leaving it there. I like the misty question mark.
You never know what he's going to be flinging.
Was
Yeah.
Engorgio not the first one that Clyde ever hit with a turd? Wasn't he in the tavern that night when the monkey showed up?
I think so.
That's probably why he hates him. That's probably why he hates him.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I would think we'd go on up the road towards Belliard.
See if they
Belliard.
reached Belliard. Belaird.
So this place is regimented. You know, it's all dedicated to the knights and the training of knights. So Soleil, you said you wanted to go try to see if you can get what into some sparring and stuff. They kind of politely decline unless you're serious about becoming a knight and wish to join the Knights of
Okay, well,
Samular.
I didn't realize that knights only fought other knights and never fought anybody else and didn't want to learn anything else. That's fine. I'll go sleep. I go storming off.
All pissed off like, God damn it.
I guess he doesn't want to be a knight. You
I
hear him
guess all
say.
knights are stupid.
Well, isn't he a prince already?
No.
It's not really
Remember,
related to the
all three of
princess.
them are orphans. Tess, Soleil, and Lumina are orphans.
They're like step princes.
Well, they're
No,
all
they're
from
like
different places. They're all from different
Yeah.
parents.
He's not
Step
even
prince.
elven.
He was just a stray I found in the woods.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
Both of us are half elves.
Apparently.
Jangling's just trying to wrap his head around it.
So there is a blacksmith, armor smith and stuff here, and there's stables, there's the farming, and then there's the knights that kind of do their own thing, and everything it revolves around these knights, about them, their regiment, their training exercises, their and when there's a bell that rings and people do certain things to make sure that they come out and meet the knights to take them help them off their horse and get their barding off and all that kind of stuff. But these guys look like they could freaking mess some stuff up. I mean, they look well trained. They look, endured and battle worn and sturdy. And then there's some newer knights and people in training and stuff. But the whole place is pleasant to you, except obviously Soleil didn't have a good outcome because he wanted to punch a knight or something. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to do before dinner? It's about when you guys got here is about 1. So by the time you get up to your room and stuff and get settled in, it's about 3 in the afternoon.
So before dinner, I figured it would be hors d'oeuvres. So Pinch heads on down.
He just wanders down
Cocktail
and
hour.
starts looking for the dining room.
Starts looking, yeah, and if he doesn't find anything in there, he'd maybe look around the kitchen, maybe
So you
sneak
can,
past the cooks. And
when you get into the stairwell, you get back to the same level that you're on, but one flight down, there's a locked gate, an iron gate that's locked. That looks like there's a set of stairs that continues further down, like
oh,
underground.
a place that people aren't supposed to go. Oh, now Pinch is really. Oh, what? He goes down and starts to tinker with the lock a little bit. Tinker. Looking around. It's just
You're like,
curiosity, man.
he's like tinkering around with it, and he hears click.
Oh. He kind of pushes on
He goes
the gate.
and opens up. You do realize you're by yourself, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm just clarifying.
What is it? Is it a round circular stairwell going down? Is it
Well, there's
landings and
where the gate is. There's a landing, and then about 10 feet beyond the gate is a door. I mean, a set of pretty wide stairs, like 7 feet wide, set of stone stairs that lead down into the darkness.
Mhm. How far back to the room is it?
You gotta go up one flight or a half a level, and then go up to the second floor and down the hallway.
Okay.
Far enough that no one can hear you scream. How's that?
Now, Pinch just pulls the gate closed but not locked. He doesn't lock it back. Just pulls it just kind of to, and then scampers back to the room and comes in. Guys, I found something. I found something.
What'd you find?
Well, I don't know. We gotta go see.
What is it?
Well, it's a place that's probably something important in there. Because they keep it locked up.
What scared you off?
My incredible intelligence roll.
Well, I could. Vero is kind of reluctantly saying this, but I could, turn into a cat and go down there, and then none of us would be implicated if I were to wander around and just see.
I could make Pinch invisible. He keeps sneaking down there.
That'll work too. Okay. And Pinch is all for it. He's just, Pinch is like a cat. There's a box with a little hole in it, and he's got to find out something's down there, guys. I know.
Yeah, you buy a cat castle and you get it all set up, and you look over and the cats are playing in the box.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You want to do that? You want to get invisible?
That'd be. I am gonna come back, right? Have you made? I think you might have cast invisibility on him before. He's probably used to this. Maybe.
It lasts an hour, unless you attack something.
Well, maybe you want to go with me. I don't want to do. It just might be dangerous, But I'll go. I've got no problem going. But maybe a cat to go with me, just for some companionship,
Well, I can only do one person.
But the cat,
I can go with him.
as a cat,
Meow.
Right?
and he can
Or a
distract
spider.
them if need be. He can distract them. You see.
Or a
This
rat.
is perfect.
Or a
Oh,
rat.
you guys
Or a
see
I just
my
cat.
cast
bow.
it.
He just turns you
Pinch
invisible.
just disappeared.
I'm gonna be sitting on the bed, laying down, smoking my pipe.
You guys hear
It's a
these little, little
pretty
feet
nice
slapping.
cool breeze that blows through here. You think you might have to start a fire tonight. It's, it's getting kind of cool, you know, in the evening. You might there is a fireplace in here too, you know. Wood already staged and stuff. So you two go down into the deal downstairs. All right, so you guys go through the gate, not a problem. And what kind of and you get about I guess about 10 feet down, and it's pitch black. Who's got dark vision?
I should.
I don't know if
As
the
a cat?
I think a cat. I think cats have dark vision.
No, cats have low light
They do
vision,
not.
and I don't think they have.
No, they
In
don't even have
5e.
that.
Well, in
Does
reality, they can see a little better in twilight and
yeah.
stuff. But
Oh, I've got a light source, but it'd be a floating,
The walking light.
invisible. The walking light. Yeah, yeah. It's that. Didn't Pinch get a dagger?
he does have a dagger
Yeah,
that glows.
that
Yeah,
magic
that
dagger.
glows, that faintly glows, right? Let's see.
Sting.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not Sting, it's
it's
Razor or something.
Yeah, but
Reservoir.
Sting was the
Yeah.
Hobbit one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Glowed.
You know this blade. It's called Sting. Yeah, I'm trying to find it in. Should be in attune. It requires attunement, I think. Why is it not in attuned? Anyway, yeah, it glows. So he'll take it out and he'll kind of hang back and let the cat go forward.
Tell you what, I'm gonna retcon. I'll be a rat instead because rats have dark vision, and I would have known that. If you don't mind.
Now that's do you burn two spots just so your sons don't see you change into a rat?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide. Don't want
Or
them to notice.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do you change into a cat, and then when you get down there, change into a rat? Just burn the two slots.
Might be worth it.
I've still got the cage.
And the fork that you used to poke me with.
It was a hot plate. It's like a chicken.
That looks so good, Valtrex, man. I haven't been able to have a brew in a long time.
Yeah, how is your
They
yeast
found out
infection going?
it's not. It's not. We found out last week what it is. It's celiac disease. So had nothing to do with sugar. Had everything to do with bread, and that's why it wouldn't go away even when I took sugar out. I'd still eat a sandwich or something, and so everything that tastes good has gluten in it, and so I basically just ordered a whole pallet full of cardboard and a bag of salt, and that would be my diet for.
They do make some gluten-free beers now that you can find, and they're okay.
No, what? But exactly, and they're okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're not good. They're okay.
Well,
yeah. Well, actually, meat is gluten free, so I don't have a problem there. I just wasn't
yeah, there you
drinking
go.
it because it was they thought it was a sugar issue, but
Gluten free, alcohol free. They're okay.
alcohol free now. No, I don't. I have had an O'Doul's before, but yeah. Anyway,
So you guys go
so
down. You got your your dim light glowing from the dagger, and you notice when you draw this dagger, it doesn't even make a shing noise when you pull it out of the sheath.
really,
And
real quiet.
and you like kind of bump it against the stone wall on accident one time, and it sparks a little, but it doesn't even make a sound. You just see the spark. and it's
So
faintly glowing, the cold
this
kind of,
dagger,
like a bluish kind of light.
I got a question because anything he was wearing is invisible too. So is it just an invisible
The light is not
dagger with light
invisible.
coming off of it?
Yeah, the light is
So it's
not
just a
invisible.
light glowing.
Yeah.
Well,
it
and
just,
I had to I had to say a command word to get it to work, and I could turn it off too, so it doesn't
yeah.
just glow by itself. So, like if the rat sees anything and tells me in rat talk, I'm hoping we work something out. You know,
Well,
but,
it's
If I bite you on the hand, it means turn off the light
turn off the light. There we go. I got it.
or the
or
ankle.
he could squeak. That means turn it off, and means turn it on. It's the same squeak. But so you guys go
One
down
squeak
these
for yes, two
stairs,
for no.
and it goes down, like one deep flight. You can feel the air get, cooler and damper as you guys get underground, and it comes into like a small foyer area, and there's a table, there's a lantern, and there's some torch sconces that aren't lit in here with looks like fresh torches in it. And to the right, there's a stone door with some engraving on it, and above it it says Cara Dune on top of it. And then on the left is almost a mirror image door, but there's it just says the Knights of Samular above the door.
Is this like the secret enclave?
And the doors don't appear to have any locking mechanism on them. They just look like big stone doors, like double doors.
Are these like looking like crypts or
The doors? No, they still look
yeah?
like doors.
Oh, like and like I'm wondering if this is because they said the one guard mentioned something about protecting the living and the dead here.
Well, you also know that there was a knight being shipped from Mirabar that's supposed to be interned here.
Right. So I'm wondering if these are like the underground tomb areas where the important people are interned.
You can devise
I'll
of
I'll
what
turn
you
to
want.
Pinch and say, "Squeak."
He looks at you and goes,
Okay, I turned my light off.
so, so all you see is Pinch standing there with his eyes really big, looking around. He can't see nothing. It's just like totally dark in here.
He's
He
listening
puts
though
his other
because
hand up.
he thinks that Veryl's seen something, so he's listening.
Uh,
That was a good plan.
yeah. Is there anything else? Just those two doors down here?
Just, well, they're double doors to the right and double doors to the left. The table in front of you with a lantern on it and some torch sconces and the
And
word
they're all
Cara
unlit.
Dune above the one to the right and the Knights of Samular to the left.
Do I
Over the
recognize the
doors.
words Cara Dune
Um,
or the Knights bit?
would your character know anything of the Knights of Samular? I mean, he is kind of from a general
He's
area, but not like.
around here. He's lived here for a few hundred years.
Yeah, but
He's
does he?
middle-aged.
Do you think he's come up this way? Has he been to Ballard before?
I'm sure he would have traveled around this entire area.
So he's probably familiar that there is a hall, a place called Summit Hall, and the tier and stuff. Give me a history check. Let's see.
All right. History is not great, but that's okay.
Yeah,
No.
no, he doesn't know who Cara Dune is.
All right. Squeak, squeak.
Pinch says treasure.
So you
Um,
see him glow back up, and
I'll walk over to the Cara Dune door and scratch on it. And look
Okay.
over at Pinch like,
You can
come
see
on.
this little rat. He's like got his shoulder on the door and he's like pushing on it. He
I'll
scratches on it.
I'll walk up and push on it.
He points at it. You got to reach up and turn the handle, right?
Jump up.
And push the door. And they actually kind of swing open nicely, like it's kind of well kept. The doors, the left door only opens a little bit, and the right door you push on it and it opens all the way. Your dim light shines into this tomb. It's obviously a tomb, and you can see two sarcophagi in this room, very highly decorated. There's on each sarcophagi, there's some writing on the top of it that neither one of you can make out because you're too short.
Can I fling the rat
There,
up on top
and
of it?
this room is embellished with symbols of cheer and the order of Samular, and
I'll climb up Pinch's back up onto the top of his head, and then use that as a springboard to jump up onto, try and see the
he
writing.
he drops his dagger on mistake and it hits the ground and it makes no noise. It just goes.
That's really cool.
Makes me wonder if there's like a hidden command word that like makes you silent or stealthy or something.
Yeah, you got to stab yourself in the forehead with it, then you're silent.
Yeah, as long
as it's
embedded.
embedded.
So
No one will hear you.
So you get up on his head and you're looking, and you're still not tall enough. These things are kind of up on a pedestal and stuff. There's steps that lead up to them if you can get Pinch up there.
Okay, yeah, I'll kind of.
Do you ratatouille his hair or something? How does this work?
Yeah.
Grab a hold of
Yank,
some
yank,
hair.
yank.
Guiding.
Grab his ear.
Okay.
It's gonna make some pasta in a minute. So he goes up the steps, and which one do you guys go to? The one on the left or the one on the right?
Whichever way I'm being pulled here.
We'll go to the right.
So the right one says Renwick Carradune on it.
Okay. What does the left one say?
Samular Carradune.
Renwick
Okay,
and
well, these-
Samular. Knights of Samular.
Yeah. So maybe the other side is the people who were following him, those that died.
Okay.
Or knights that died in his service.
You don't understand what he's saying though.
Squeak.
No.
He's a squeak.
Well, if that's all that's in here, Pinch is really starting to think that he needs to find something interesting because he's tried to convince these guys that this was worth checking out. So he's looking for something. Let's go check the other room, little rat guy.
Do you
So I wanna
open the
test something.
sarcophagus?
No.
Probably not. No, I don't.
I mean,
think
they look like
Pinch-
they could be open. They don't look like they're like sealed
Yeah, but I
shut or
mean-
anything.
It's one thing stealing from the living, but stealing from the dead. You know, if the dead catch you, man, you could get fuckered up real quick.
I
The
think that
problem
lid is
here
a
is-
little heavy for the rat.
No, it doesn't look. I mean, yeah, for the rat for sure. But Pinch thinks he can get it.
Spring
He thinks
loaded.
he can wedge his new dagger in there and pop it open.
I got a strength of 2.
Does it really look like? I mean, if it's that enticing, Pinch could not. He couldn't help himself. You know, he would just.
If he tries, I'm gonna go bite him on the hand.
He scratches and bites at your hand.
Let's see. I'm looking for identity here. No,
It's a
that's
little rat
inventory.
A
finger.
little rat finger.
And he squeaks.
Oh yeah, we don't pick alignments yet. We have yet to pick our alignments. So I don't know what I would do in this situation.
Well, write down neutral evil and open the damn thing. What are you waiting on?
For the characters to tell me whether or not Pinch would open this sarcophagus or not. The way he's been played, would Pinch open this thing?
I think he's too scared, personally.
That's kind of the way I'm thinking.
When
Yeah.
you may not take
Does his
anything, but you're
fear
very
override
curious.
his curiosity?
Yeah. Not as a attempt to steal, but more as a just I want to know what's inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Does his fear override his curiosity?
I think his curiosity is kind of is sedated a little. He's pretty
It's
sure there's a dead knight in there, but
yeah. But I mean, curiosity is
I mean,
seductive to
nothing
this. I
seems
mean, he's an
sinister.
inquisitive.
Nothing seems out of place. You know, it's and this
Right.
place looks
Well,
nice.
then, by golly, we gotta take a look. Let's see what's in here.
Do you open
Holy
it?
shit! Yeah. Oh, what is
Which,
it? There's
which
a
one do you
dead
open?
guy in here.
Samular or Renwick?
I guess Samular's the last one we went and looked at.
Yeah. So you like
Yeah.
it's you kind of gotta wedge it a little and then and you open it up and sure enough there's a freaking dead paladin of Tyr in here. Samular Caradune. He's like looks like he's been dead for years.
Mummified or skeletal?
Skeletal. Still got
That
bits
should
and
make the
pieces
rings
of
come off real
like
easy.
leather,
Rings.
like leather. He's tricked out. There's a hammer. There's a nice shield laying on his chest that's got the Tyr symbol with the scales on it. It all glows a little bit when you open the thing because it's your dim light is
I'm getting out
reflecting
of there.
off of it. He's got a chainmail underneath a breastplate that's got the Tyr holy symbol on it. He's got the
So
Order of Samalar is not on his equipment or anything because you think that was after.
if
You know.
Pinch reaches his hand in here, does the rat bite him?
The rat already jumped down and is heading towards the door.
Oh, he left me in here by myself.
You hear
Oh,
you hear him at the
I'm gonna
door and
try
he
to close
goes
this thing.
he goes squeak.
No, I'm not turning the light off now. I'm all alone, and I'm gonna try to get this lid closed back on this thing and get the
It,
hell out of here.
yeah, I'm just imagining you only opened it like a
Just enough
foot
to
to
peek
look
down
in
it.
and you shine your light in. You're like, yep, dead night. Close the lid.
Yeah. Close it. Close it. The rat took off. He doesn't want to be here by himself. So we go outside, close the doors. The other doors open as easily.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Does it look
a
like?
much, much larger cavern. You think this tomb stretches the length of the property, if not more. And you can see that there's also stairs that lead down about halfway through the tomb. And in this tomb are niches where there's knights that have been laid out all across there. You just glance and it looks like dozens.
Yeah, Pinch is not so happy that he decided to come down here now. Graveyard thing. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
he's
you can
curious, but
smell the
this.
damp and the decay, as you come in here.
Yeah.
The other room wasn't so bad. I mean, when you open the trunk, you can smell him, but the sarcophagus kept that funk down. But when you go into this tomb, you can smell the decay. The
Mm-mm. No. What do
Yeah.
you say, Vera, little buddy? I pick him up by his tail.
it's
You
like
think it's time to go back upstairs?
it's real
I'll
tall, and
bite you on the hand.
there's like chandeliers that can be lit, that can be lowered and lit all the way down. It's kind of fancy, all stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Varel doesn't want to be down there.
You guys go back up.
Yeah, we go. We close it up. We go back. It's time for dinner.
The rest of you three are just chillaxing in the room. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Waiting for
Yep,
them to
I'm reading
report
a little
back.
bit, smoking my pipe.
All right. So I don't know. 10 minutes later, the Varel and Pinch come back in. They look a little spooked.
Spooked. Yes.
A little flush maybe. As they come back in the room.
What was it? What did you find?
Yeah, spill the beans.
I see dead people.
What you've
Bastard. Never pick me up by the tail again.
I said, well, I had to try to talk to you.
So you now have a
Like
magical
this,
enchantment that allows you to see ghosts?
I said, no, there was no ghost. At least we didn't stick around long enough to find out.
What do you mean you see dead people?
Well, we seen dead people in a big. You tell them, Barrow. You seen it too. Did Do you remember it?
There was a
Did
crypt,
that
and
little
he
rat
was
brain of yours
desecrating
hold
their
it?
bodies. Trying to poke his little fingers in and take a look at all of the pretty shiny things.
You're
There
the one
was
that
lots
left
of
little
pretty
rat
shiny.
droppings all over the place. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Did they have
Well,
nice
only when
shiny
I was
things?
climbing on Pinch.
I mean,
Did they have?
rats piss all the time, right?
What was
Yeah,
that
but I could
tagline?
hold it until I was sitting on Pinch's shoulder. So they were all dripping down the back of Pinch.
Of course, Pinch wouldn't know it. You know, he'll be like Ratigas before
He
this
thought he was sweating
adventure's
again.
over with. Bird shit in his hair and stuff.
So you guys tell the story of the your brave journey into the Knights of Samular's tomb, and
So we crept down the
your
stairs.
discoveries, and not too much longer you guys are summoned to dinner. So Jeeves comes in and he kind of he says, "You do know you're going to dinner with the lady." As he
Yes,
looks over,
sir.
as he blatantly looks over your clothing.
These are the only clothes that we have. At least
Ah,
me.
So I'll change into my normal non-traveling clothes.
Actually, I think I do have.
I think they're going to want you to keep your shirt on.
I leave things up and I put them down. So yeah, if you guys want to, change into at least a clean outfit would probably be appropriate.
Yeah, we can swap clothes out. I don't keep fancy clothes. Or I ask him if do you have appropriate clothes you can lend us? So
Hey,
we
I got some
he
fine
can
clothes.
he can give you guys like some robes if you guys care.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
better than
So
dirt stained travel clothes.
yeah, whoever wants robes, they're nice kind of linen robes with the Order of Samuel on them and stuff.
I've got a set of fine clothes in my backpack.
So he takes you down through the great hall that you guys came in, and through or past the library down a hallway, and then you guys get to the end, and to you see a set of double doors that they're kind of partially open enough for servants to slip in and out easily, and you can see this long table and all the knights are in there just mowing down. And you guys are taken to the room across the hall, which is a smaller table, and you can see the ladies already sitting at the table as you guys come in, and the servants seat you down. It's about a 12-seater table. This one is, and immediately they bring you out, linen napkins and a glass of wine and a glass of water, and she says, "Do you gentlemen seem to clean up rather nicely?" She says, "I have a question for you before dinner starts. You said you were
Before dinner
expecting
starts,
Tess to
can we get
arrive.
started here?
There's like bread on the table already."
He's got his napkin tucked in already.
He guzzles his wine, stuffs his roll into his wine glass, sucks down the roll. She looks over and she says, "Excuse me, Jeeves, could you bring him a few books?" They give you a couple of books to sit on. Booster seat.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Because you're
That's
like,
awfully considerate.
Don't give him the good books.
And
You're
now he can
sitting there
reach the
like-
rolls a lot better. And he's got 3 rolls, and he's dipping them in his wine. And
she says, you were expecting your daughter and sister Tess to arrive. What area was she due to arrive? Wormford?
Let me look at my notes here.
You done said yourself she was bringing a knight here.
Yes, but you said that you were expecting her. You weren't to meet her here, were you?
So I received a letter from her on the first of Myrtle, saying that they had arrived at Belliard, and from there they were heading to Summit Hall. So somewhere between Belliard and Summit Hall. And we were to meet her. She was going to find us in the area. We were down in Red Larch, and I spent a good time in Golden Fields. But I believe we were going to meet up in Red Larch after they had arrived here in Summit Hall. But they appear to be lost somewhere between Belliard and Summit Hall. But
And she says,
that's
well,
how many days ago now?
It's the 15th.
Yeah, so it's like a week and a half.
Yeah. She says that, well, Bellard is only 6 days away. She's like, that does narrow down the search, though, now that we know did make it to Ballard. Perhaps if you travel that way and you need any assistance from the knights, you can send word. We would be interested in finding, the missing knight's body, whatever his name was, the human knight that there's going to entomb. If you can recover him,
Yeah, I think that's our next direction that we're going to be heading in, is continue up this road up to Belliard and see if we can find any sign of Tess and her group, and then track them down.
so 2 days, um, or 6 days to Ballard, and on foot. If you had horses, you could do it a little faster. Are you guys thinking about needing those mules?
No, I got my dog.
Worst case, if I need to hurry, I'll just turn
Yeah, I
into a
think your
camel.
dog they would have, like kept in the stable or something.
Yeah.
Pinch, give him his
Yep.
own little stall or something. Give him a big turkey leg to gnaw on.
Yep. Bo Sheepish. His name's Bo Sheepish.
So yeah, so the food that comes out is wholesome. uh, is as wholesome as homegrown food can be. You've got lamb chops or rack of lamb, and then just about any kind of vegetables you can think of: potatoes, squash, corn, um, onions, all kinds of carrots. And they're all prepared differently. They're not just like boiled. So whoever's preparing them is a pretty good, chef. And they bring dish after dish and serve you what you want. And Pinch is just, what was the ghost on um, the Ghostbusters that would just eat and it would fall out of him?
Slimer.
Slimers. He's just like he doesn't even use silverware. He's just shoveling it into his mouth as fast as he can. It's flying out, and every now and then
Chipmunk cakes.
Jangalang comes by and casts impressive designation on him and cleans him up. And he looks down and goes, "Thanks," and keeps eating. And you guys can literally hear his belly stretching, like. And he keeps letting out buttons and unbuckling his belt, and
And I'll turn to the host and say, you might want to consider stopping because he's going to blow at any minute.
One of the female serving gals, she leans over and she says, "That's no doubt, and we have bet on when it's gonna happen. More potatoes, sir?"
Can I get in on that bet?
There's like
I
a
don't
pool.
mind if I do.
You can see there through the swinging door. They're all like looking. They got like looking at the sun outside. So, anything you guys want to discuss with her in particular?
What
Do a
time's
little.
the
I
first
want to
breakfast?
ask her about that knight. What, who was he?
He was
Why
a
is he
knight of the
famous?
orders, the orders Samular, who was up in the spine of the world fighting orcs and
I
died.
want to
And
ask him about the Order of Samalar. Who are they founded by? Where does the name come from?
uh, a paladin
I'm
of Tyr
trying.
named Samular Caradun founded the order in its monastery. Uh, and she tells you the tomb here in the monastery contains Samular remains as well as his brothers.
He already knows.
But she doesn't know he knows. And
I'm basically trying to get background info for what we saw in the tomb,
yeah,
put
and
it
she
in
says, you
context.
know, they also anyone worshippers of Tyr or Knights of Samular particularly are interned here. Their bodies are brought here and interned. And this is where the training of those, you know, he was a famous paladin, high level paladin, who ended up with quite a bit of money and established this monastery and training hall and
Okay, so all
That's
right, got
Pinch
it.
telling Valtrex to shh.
So, why is this paladin being brought by a dwarven delegation? Are they also paladins of Tyr?
well, the delegation wasn't all dwarven, she says, as your sister can attest to it. Tess can attest. Uh, there was a human, you know, the the delegation had some dwarves in it, and it started in Mirabar, which is a dwarven city. So some of the guards were probably dwarves and stuff like that, but it wasn't an all dwarven delegation.
Okay, all right,
How,
that
how,
makes sense.
how,
When I heard that it came from Mirabar, I probably just assumed. For some reason, I was thinking it was a dwarven delegation.
how was he killed?
By orcs.
What was he doing in Mirabar?
Oh, she doesn't know all the details. What? Who was the knight? That's where his body was brought to. You know, that's a city in this almost to the spine of the world. If you look at the map, Mirabar is just below the spine of the world. Not just below, but you know, it's like Alaska to the North Pole is below. So the dinner's great. It goes by, you know, smoothly. Plenty of wine, plenty of food. The evening goes by. You guys get a uh, a nice long rest. Let me make sure that you guys have your long rest. Not that button. Why doesn't the rest button look like a rest button? Why does it look like a lock?
What you really need is a little button on that bottom of that combat tracker that's just the long rest and short rest buttons, not radial blah blah blah.
Well, the radio's
That's what you
not
need to
horrible,
do.
but it's a lock with an eyeball on it. Why isn't it just an eyeball? I mean, wouldn't an eyeball make better sense? Like an eyeball with little red veins in it or something?
I like the one-click thing at the bottom of the combat tracker.
I do too, but that then you should do everything. No radials, and you can't do it. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the food and the rest here and the ambiance was so good that everybody gets 3 temporary hit points.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'll take that.
Except for Pinch, he gets 4.
Hmm.
No, I'm kidding.
Hmm.
But he has to poop 3 times tomorrow.
Only 3? Am I constipated or what?
So, morning. Again, you don't dine with the lady this morning, but you guys are actually brought your breakfast to go. Like,
They're
They're
trying
gonna,
to sell us something.
yeah, trying to
Well,
get rid of it.
I've got some
Right?
of last night's dinner to go too.
fresh
Pinch has got it.
breads, boiled eggs and dried meats
Hmm.
and all kinds of stuff, because they assumed that you guys wanted to leave early. So you
Up
guys
with the
get all
sun,
your
gone with
gear
the wind.
gathered up. You get your breakfast to go. You stop by the well and you fill up all your water skins and get your pack dog. He's not an attack dog. He's a pack dog.
Yeah, he's a pack dog.
And you guys start heading north. Um, so you guys head out of Summit Hall um, and start into the hills of the Sumber Hills. In a couple days, as you guys are moving up, things go by pretty uneventfully. This is a traveled road, so you will see, like mule or donkey pulled wagons or oxen pulled wagons come by, horses every now and then, travelers and stuff. But it's not a huge main tradeway, but it is traveled. You know, and you come across a couple of people and here and there, and you ask them have they seen anything, and they do tell you that uh, 2 nights ago there was some kind of odd storm into the hills, and the ground shook, and the weather was weird. It actually got very hot one night, and the night before that it was actually they had to have a big fire because it was chilly. So weird and strange things are amongst the rumors of traveling. But as you guys are at camp one night, let me push you a map.
So this is the next day.
Actually, let me set the day to. It's actually 2 days later, right? Did I do
Okay.
that right? 1, 2, no, 3 days later. Oops, and it's 6 p.m.
So I will have been training with Lumina um, and Vero whenever he's conscious, just tweaking our new abilities, using some of the same things we've been training and the way we hunt and the way we work together our whole lives, but now adding these new things, his
And
ravens and my
any
wild magic and stuff.
evening that where we are going to camp, I'm going to cast, and I have spells left over. I'm going to cast good berry twice, so I have 20 good berries in a pouch at all times. 20 brownies.
All right, so the road is off to the west a little way, just on the other side of this terrain and the hills over there. So you guys kind of pulled off the road, 100 feet or so, and let me unlock the tokens and set up your camp. Got a little fire going, kind of down in this little valley and stuff, and you're settling in, and you guys see, out in the darkness, uh, maybe a small dog. Your pack dog kind of sniffs the air and growls. Like
Bocephus, what you see out
and then
there?
as you're sitting around talking and getting ready for, um, to start first watch and stuff, you see it again, or maybe it was another one, and it seemed to have gotten closer.
The hackles up on the dog. I think
This is when we're all awake.
Yeah, yeah, it's 6 p.m. You guys haven't really started first watch yet.
we got company, fellers.
The sun is, almost completely down, so it's getting pretty dark.
Recognize what these are? Are they jackals or
You
hyena?
haven't really got a good look at them because they're kind of out in the darkness, but you can see the small shadowy dog, a coyote, a jackal, a small dog, a bush that looks like a dog that moved by. You're not that sure yet, but definitely the dog is on, alert, can smell him. He's, and he's growling, "Urgh, urgh." And we're gonna actually do this. I don't know, just recently when I do something like put an encounter in or open a search or something, Fantasy Grounds shrinks to one side of my monitor, squinches up, and then when it loads, it spreads back out.
Weird.
Just today, it never did that before.
I've had it pop open the last map I used. Keeps doing that. Anytime I
Yeah,
open up an image and stuff, that's been happening on a couple different campaigns.
it's like they're incorporating some of the Windows Saver code into the base.
Yeah, but I'll open up a new image and it'll open up the last one I
The
did
old
as
one.
well.
Yeah, I've seen the
So
same thing, so I don't know what's causing it.
if you minimize it and just leave it minimized, then it won't reopen. It's the workaround I found.
You can always completely reset it by deleting the Windows state.xml file. That'll reset where all windows are located.
You might be able to reset the XML file. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
In your campaign folder, go into any campaign and there will be a file there called windowsstate.xml. And if you delete it and then run Fantasy Grounds again, all the windows will be at their default location, not wherever you had them previously remembered.
All right, so you guys that can see that far, see on top of one of these rocks, a small dog or jackal and his buddy kind of hop up and they're looking at the camp, and you see them kind of stand back a little, but they're watching and looking at the camp. Soleil, what do you do?
So I don't know if you will. Are they within 60 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Yes. So I'm going to take out my longbow and then just open up my senses and feel the local area. See if there's any magic going on. So I'm looking to see if I can sense if these things are jackal wares or any kind of magical creature.
It says spell or magical item. Is it behind total cover? You don't detect that these things have any kind of spell or magical item cast on them. You do detect that,
Okay.
there are some magical items in the party. So anybody that's trying to hide a magical item from Slay just failed.
Well, and not unless it has total cover. So if you can't see it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's all I'm doing. Got my longbow out, and I presume everybody is awake and aware of what's going on, right?
Yeah, no one's been asleep yet. No one has been on watch yet. You guys were just getting set up for what to start first watch. It's like dusk.
I'm just testing out these new abilities, trying to figure them out, how they work.
So darting out from behind how do you turn a token now? Shift. Are um two little jackals, and they dart in at pinch. And you see them like snipping and grabbing at him with their teeth. Pinch, I'm gonna put you in a square. I know you were on your sleeping bag, but
Yeah, that's fine.
so the first one like tries to snip at you, and looks like he's going for your like maybe your hat. I'm not sure. And he misses. You like duck out of the way. He like snips at you,
What the hell, doggy? I didn't do nothing.
and the other one tries to snip at you too, and
I only
he
see
misses you.
one.
You like oh,
We can
I need
only
to
see
roll.
one by pinch.
Oh yeah. Where did he go? Oh, sorry.
They're awful skinny.
That
Yeah,
one's
these are
wearing a tunic.
small, small dogs. But that one gets they got pack tactics because they're jackals. So let me roll that one again. I forgot to click advantage. Missing you. I gotta line up my NPC sheet. Sorry. Varil.
All right. So Veyril is going to cast Fairy Fire on these two by pinch. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Fairy Fire.
It's just one of them scurries out of the way but why does it check on both of them?
I don't know.
Viril
I couldn't see their rolls.
He failed. Viril failed his own.
Yeah,
saving throw.
Yeah, they both succeeded.
So they both succeeded. So they do not get
Little glowy.
Oh,
little
days.
oh, I
glowy.
see it there. Okay, and the
No,
name's
yours
too
are.
long.
What's your fairy fire look like?
Fairy Fire? It's like glowing wisps of smoke in the shape of leaves, certain particularly obviously shaped leaves.
What, like maple?
Yeah.
They do have 5 leaves. Pinch.
Yeah, all right. So, there we go. Is he targeted now? Yeah, targets his jackal. Ripstop tunic. Yeah, that's what you meant by tunic. I got you, Valtrex. Hey, man, I'm a little slow, but I'll get there eventually. Uh, you know, Pinch is just gonna take his dagger and try to stick him with. Now, why did I have what is going on here? Sneak in. Oh, I'm invisible. I'm not invisible.
Oh yeah, that should be gone.
You still would have hit.
Okay. Oh. Now,
Although
why
you
do
wouldn't
I
have
have?
got sneak attack
I wouldn't
damage.
have got sneak attack
So
though.
let me
So
take 4 points off of that guy.
yeah, and I'm gonna bonus action disengage. Moving to right back here behind my buddy. That's I'm glad he's a lot bigger now than he was earlier.
Let me. I don't know why this map had freaking damn squares on it.
It's very confusing.
Well, and they're not.
Especially since I
They're
didn't
not
line it up.
squares.
Yeah.
They're not squares.
They're not even
rectangles.
square.
Squat.
Um. So you see, there's some others moving in, and this one darts out of the darkness. Let's see if he can get over there. Yeah. So another one darts out of the darkness and headed right for Pinch too, trying to grab at him.
Oh, you little shit!
Oops. Sorry. Wrong button. Ooh, and bites Pinch.
Out.
I need to roll a d12. So Pinch, you take 1 point of damage as he.
Okay, you want me to do that or?
Yeah, just Yeah, that's easy
Okay.
enough. Just give yourself 1 point of damage as he bites and pulls like a big blob of your hair out. And he
Well,
like,
lower your temp hit points first.
Oh yeah. At least it wasn't.
yeah, you got 3 temp hit points.
So yeah, at least
So it
he
just
didn't
pulls
take
like a big chunk of your hair out. A little blood comes out of the spot where it is, and he shakes the hair like he's like playing with it a little bit, and that's it. That's all he's doing. And darting out of the darkness, you see another one comes up and heads right over to Veyril. And he like he like runs up and he growls and he looks up at you, Veyril. And as you look down at him, you can see like little like whir looking things in his eyes, like kind of hypnotic kind of thing going on. And you feel like you feel a little sleepy, and you're like, and you like lay back down and go to sleep.
He's
Great.
an F. He can't be sleeped.
I'm an elf. No magic sleep.
Oh yeah, damn fantasy grounds. Yeah, it is definitely a sleep. So you're like, and he cocks his head and growls at you. Arr.
And I'll smile with all my teeth.
And then he looks up and sees your pointy ears, and he's like, Lumina.
All right. So Lumina is going to first. He's got to protect his dad because the old man can't handle himself this close to combat. So he's going to mark this guy that's attacking his dad with his hunter's mark, and then he's going to pull out his bow and take a shot at him. Not at his dad, at the jackal.
I appreciate that. This time.
And who did you shoot at, really? Really
So
serious?
you fire, and Variel kind of stepped back a little, and his backpack flipped up in the air, and you freaking shoot his backpack. Thump.
So no other effects, just a miss.
Yeah, he just
I
missed.
told you to use Soleil for target practice, not me.
You see some good berry juice oozing out of his backpack. No, I'm kidding. Jangalang.
Jangling is going to target the hourglass shaped one and use vicious mockery on.
He does not make it. Your family tree must be a cactus because everybody's on it a prick. A prick.
Yeah, I think you're muted, Caesar. I think you
Yeah, he
muted
was for
yourself.
that. He was pushing the wrong button.
Was I pushing the wrong button?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's why I
Rob
read it.
Toohey over there visiting you, or what?
Oh, I got him on the big screen.
He's over there trying to kill him. He always tries to kill him. Tuesdays.
Yeah, I wait for the break,
Um,
and then I jump in there and give the monsters haste and criticals and
Where the hell is this guy at?
piss the players off.
Oh. So out of the darkness comes another one heading towards Pinch.
Wow. It must be all this food. I can't carry it in my pockets
And
no more.
he looks up at Pinch, gives him that wah 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 eyes. And Pinch's hat's down over his eyes and shit, and he doesn't really get a good shot at him. as it's top of the round. As this one moves over and tries to take a bite out of Lumina, and missing. I don't know why it's saying he has packed. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one, but he doesn't have pack tactics because his buddy's way the hell over there. So he missed you. He like takes a bite at you and misses you. And this one's going to disengage and move this direction into the darkness. Well, for those that can't see that far.
So he took the disengage action.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then moved.
Okay.
And this one is all right. So, Marbania, your character is immune to that gaze since
Okay.
you succeeded. So don't let me try it on you. You know, if I forget.
You're asking me to remember something?
Well, you probably will. That one disengages
I'll
too,
try.
and he goes running off, you know, trying to catch up with his buddy there. Chiseled is kind of hops down off of these rocks up here and moves towards Jangalang and tries to take a bite at Jangalang. He does take a bite. Unfortunately, he gets a hold of your like kind of leaps up and gets a hold of your like upper arm and sinks his teeth in to your flesh, doing 6 points of damage, which 3 were absorbed because of your potatoes. Jangalang.
Jangling is going to target him, and what do I got here? No, he's going to attack him with a chill touch, and he's going to miss, and then that's going to be the end of Jangling's turn.
Well, chill touch is a range, so you would have a disadvantage on that, by the way.
Oh, I thought that was a touch.
It is touch at range.
It's a badly named
Right?
spell.
It was so badly
Yeah.
named, though. And it doesn't do cold damage. It does necrotic damage.
Right. Okay, well, that's the end of his turn anyway.
Yeah. All right. Lumina will.
They should call it Flying Hand of the Grave. That's what they should call it. I mean,
Yeah.
Right? That's a better name anyway. Lumina will pull out his short sword and try to stab this jackal that's attacking him.
oh, a nice crit with an effect. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right, and I also get my gathered swarm damage for this.
As you notice, he doesn't take any damage from that.
Okay.
As you like smack him right upside the head, but you can see it kind of stuns him like a little bit, but it doesn't do any damage. It didn't draw any blood. You're like, what the hell?
Oh, that's weird.
Pinch.
Pinch is going to try to. We'll just do straight attack with the dagger. Oh, that's a hit. Yay. And
Pinch, you feel that your dagger is, these things are like, jumping back from you. They're scared of your dagger suddenly. They're like,
really,
yipe!
what do they think about the short sword offhand as a bonus action?
They're like,
W-
they look at it and they go, you gotta hit us with it first, bitch.
Okay.
So you like stab this thing with your short sword and you
And it
realize
resisted. Ah ha ha.
that the
It's magic, boys. It takes magic. And that was I cannot disengage. So of course you just hit it with a spell, didn't you?
Nope.
no, his thing isn't really a spell.
Oh, it's not a spell.
No, it just counts as piercing damage.
Oh,
Non-magical.
oh, it was a short sword. I was still hung on chill touch.
So this one jumps down off the rocks back here and runs up and grabs like a scroll tube out of your backpack. Like it just like rummages through and grabs the first thing it can and takes off running with your scroll tube.
David, little bastard, that's my job.
Stupid thing. Let me redrag his movement. I think he got close enough to you that he provokes, though, if you want to take an attack of opportunity.
Who, Jangling?
Yeah.
Well, all he has is a rapier
And,
anyway.
and I'm making him use his action to loot through your backpack.
That was short right shoulder.
Yeah, short right shoulder. You hit him.
Not that it would do any good.
Soleil.
All right, so Slay's been seeing what's going on. He's gonna bring out his sword as he taps into the magic around him. And all these different lights start showing up around him. And
It's like or lightning bugs.
it surrounds him as well in a 10-foot cube. And I'm going to step forward. Slash at this thing with my sword.
You hit it. Ooh. Sinking your sword into its side, it yelps out in pain.
So that means it drops what he was carrying?
Let's see. He does not. He's like, you
I
know.
want to move over in front of it to try to stop it from running that way.
And this one is also going to disengage and take off run in this direction. Joining up with his little pack over there. This one like grabs something of Pinch's that's would be laying around on his bedroll.
My bedroll. Hemp. Seminal faction text code book. String 10 feet. Tinderbox. Water skin. Flask of oil.
I think maybe your tinderbox. You could pick it up, right? It seems like a jackal could grab that in his mouth pretty easy, right? Run off with it. 10 feet of string would be really easy. You think that would be laying out? What were you doing with the string? Playing Itsy Bitsy Spider or something? I
Well,
could
I
see
would
you
have
had your
been.
tinderbox out. You might have lit the fire.
I mean, when Pinch hits the bedroll at night, he opens the backpack and starts digging for munchies, man. I mean, he's just laying there, and I'll have some of this and some of that. And he didn't expect a damn jackal to come up and grab his shit
I'm
and run
okay
off
with
with
the
it.
string. I would rather grab the string if it makes sense. Does it make sense? Yeah, he grabs the string and he takes off running with it.
You did a motherfucker.
And since it was just laying there, he's going to dash.
Now you won't be able to remember anything.
Well, like I normally remember to try to put that thing out with bells on it, so nothing can sneak in on us. But I didn't remember that tonight.
That's why you had the string out. You got distracted. You're like, oh, I got to put these bells out. Ooh, cookies.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Were you snitching in my brownie stash again?
No, he
Make sure
cleared
there's no
out the
crumbs on.
freaking the table last night at dessert.
Oh, boyfriend, you're so. Valtrex, he's says you're too young to be playing with this crowd. I think is what he's saying here.
Actually, you think Valtrex is young, but he's an old fart too.
Yeah, I'm older than I look, which I guess is good, right?
Farrell, what you up to there? I see you moving your
I'm going to
token.
shift over a little bit on my turn, and I am going to guiding bolt the one over by Soleil.
The one that's
Ooh,
got
try
the scroll tube in his mouth. I don't know what's in the scroll tube, but he's like.
Oh,
To be
actually,
honest with you, I don't know what's in there either.
never mind. I'm going to do the one over by Lumina, since Soleil seems to be able to hit that thing.
Yeah, Soleil's, you see it's bloody. You like go to hit it and you turn and you see Lumina's like, I can't. He's pointing at his sword. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So you in your indecision there, you trip over the bedroll there, and you fall prone.
And I'll stand back up.
You've already moved 20 feet. You can't.
All right, I'll stay prone then.
Lumina, give
All right.
me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you made it. So you don't have a -2 to your next attack because you're laughing at Viril for tripping over the bedroll and falling down.
Again.
Well, I'm laughing. I'm just not,
You're
really
not hampered
distracted
by
by
your
it.
laugh, though.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is frankly hilarious. But Lumina will
What was the
just
funniest part when he hit the ground? He made a little.
Lumina's going to disengage, and he wants to get closer to the fire because his sword doesn't have any effect on these things apparently. But he,
Is
he
he
might
gonna
have
like
something
root
else he
around
could
for
do.
a torch or something out of the fire?
No, not yet. But
He's eyeballing. He's got a couple picked out. He looks down. He can see a couple of sticks that he thinks might use it as a torch.
yeah. Maybe next turn we'll see what these guys do.
Uh. Yeah, he's gonna. I think he's gonna disengage as well. And oops, get back. I still hit control all the time. And kind of dart this direction with the scroll tube in his mouth. So this jackal jumps over and grabs. I want to say your mess kit. Part of your mess kit, and he just grabs it and takes off running with it. And I kind of am assuming your mess kit was probably out because you were probably eating or you had some beans or something in it.
And I yell at him, "I need that to eat."
So he's running over with his pack over here.
You think that's bad? He got my string, man.
You need that to tie shit together.
Jangalang.
All right. Yeah, the short right shoulder guy that's running away. Jangalang is going to cast Eldritch Blast at his ass.
He's got something of mine. Give it back.
Right. He's got my scroll tube.
Well, you're not 100% sure what he's got, I had a scroll tube? What's in that scroll tube? I don't know what it. Maybe
He's gonna miss him.
Is that my flute? What the hell? Hits the ground next to him. He's like,
And I'm gonna bonus action Bardic Inspiration for Viril.
All right. Well, I am going to. I'm gonna guiding bolt that same one. Got to kill one of these things.
And I've got the magical inspiration, so you could use that to add damage to your spell.
Okay. Let's see if I hit the thing.
yeah.
So how do I add the damage?
It's
1d6.
D6.
Yeah, just add a d6 to it.
Which I'll do manually. Make it easy.
I got it.
Oh, you could just add it in the modifier box, right?
That's what I did.
Oh, it does go down.
Got that little
Boom!
bastard.
Look at that little skull. I love it.
Little
I love it.
bastard. Yeah. No scroll tubes for you.
Soleil.
I'm gonna move up behind him, and as I do, the little pixie dust goes over Janglang as well.
All right, you're moving over there. As you see this, the short right shoulder you just blasted, you see when he falls to the ground, he starts like getting bigger and morphing, and you see his hair disappears and his front paws stretch out and his neck shrinks down and his skull goes in, and he turns into a human, naked. He had a visitor.
Fucking were jackals.
All right, so there's one right in front of you. What are you talking about, Wary Jackal?
There.
And I'm
Yeah,
going
Soleil,
to.
I'm not sure you noticed that yet.
I noticed the jackal right in front of me,
There's a
so
jackal, but you
I'm gonna
didn't
hit him.
notice the other guy. Oh, that's almost a crit. It was like, See, the little guy dodges out of the way.
And I'm gonna try to keep him from running away.
Pinch.
Pinch is going to move to here. Actually, he'd probably just hop up on that stump right there. But he's got to get within. Yeah. But yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. And he's going to take this dagger of his. I should have put one there. And he's going to fling it at this. But I am going to use my inspiration to roll at advantage. Well, man, at least I didn't. Well, I could have rolled a one anyway.
Wait. Let's soak this in a second. You had advantage, and you re-rolled a 1 because
that's
you're
it.
a halfling, right? Because you have halfling luck.
Mm-hmm.
And it dropped a second too, and you still missed. So you had 3 chances.
And you ended up with a 4.
So your
Wait a
your
minute.
dagger
Attack, what does
misses,
it
and
say?
and you don't even hear it go where it lands. You don't even hear it. It just flies off
Well,
over in that direction.
it says attacking while out of ammo. I don't
That's just a
understand that.
warning. That's an extension that gives you an
Uh,
indicator because you don't have any ammo listed on
Well,
that
I am
weapon.
now. Well, I did have, yeah. Yeah, I had one ammo. And it's got the little pip checked off now. So anyway, now his dagger, but it doesn't make a sound as it hits the ground.
No, you're like, uh-oh, I didn't hear it land. Where's it at? Because it's over there in the darkness somewhere, out past the camp light. And your eyes meet with this jackal that's standing there, and he kind of looks back at where the dagger landed and looks back at you two.
Oh, you fucker.
Oh no.
And he looks and he kind of turns and sees this freaking, what is it, a great sword of warning, and looks down at this backpack that's open right in front of him and makes a smart decision to grab something out of Jangalang's backpack. Let's see if he can. No, he can't. He like rummages through the backpack real quick, just whatever's loose, and he disengages.
If he's rummaging with it for his action, how can he disengage?
No, he's not using his action. That's what I'm saying. He was just trying to pick up something loose, not like open the backpack and try to get something out. He was just trying to grab something loose, and he couldn't. And he's going to run this way, joining up with his pack. Oops, I moved him way too far. Can only get to there. And he looks over, you see him looking over this direction too. He might be steering that direction. This one is going to... I thought I had this kind of ready.
So here I thought somebody had sicked their dogs on us. But I don't think who's the only there's only one of us that's seen this thing turn back in one of these turn back into a human, isn't there?
I think you all kind of see this now. You see one of the jackals that was fleeing kind of turn back, and as he's running over towards his fallen comrade, you see him kind of shape change and shift into a human form. You can see that he does have some light clothing on, and he's got a scimitar on his belt. And he comes over, and he looks like he's trying to, grab a hold of his buddy there, maybe pick him up or something. And this guy is going to continue to flee in the darkness. Pinch!
I'm gonna fish my drift globe out of my pocket and come over here and look for my dagger. I think. Where is the human one laying on the ground at? Like right around where I'm
The
at, right?
skull.
The dead one.
Down. Okay, down there. Yep. All right.
So you action to get out your drift globe. You move over there. What is it to light the drift globe?
Let's see here.
While you're looking at that, I'll
Have one of the
take.
jackals run back and grab it.
I thought about it, but they're not particularly looking for that. They were just grabbing stuff.
Scavengers.
And this one's
it's
also
an action,
gonna.
Drake. So it's the light cantrip. It's a cantrip. It's a light cantrip's what it is.
All right, so you get the drift globe out and you move over there. You're not able to light it just yet.
Yeah, speak its command word.
And you didn't activate the glowy part of your dagger, so it wasn't glowing either.
Mm-mm.
So this one's gonna.
So I can't activate it. I can't pull it out of my pocket and activate it at the same time. Pulling a weapon or something.
Well, I imagine a drift globe in your backpack takes an action to dig it out, doesn't it? Especially since your backpack's over there on your bedroll,
It's a small sphere of. Well, yeah. No, I said out of my pocket. Fished it out of my pocket.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can do that.
Because it's in my equip stuff. It's not in my backpack.
Yeah, you can do that then. You can activate it, and you'll find your dagger, no problem. So these two are trying to pick up this body, and they've shape changed into humans. Jangalang.
All right, Jangaling's gonna target Jackal Chiseled, and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. See if he can't stop him. Ah, damn it. And that is the end of Jangalang's turn.
Slay. Do you guys want to take a break here? I'm getting ready to go to pee myself.
I was just thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to be the first to cry. Yeah.
Yeah, we're 40 minutes over.
I know.
Yeah, we can take a break.
All right. Well, when we come back, it'll be
Sounds
your
good.
turn, and so we're gonna take
Cool.
a 10-minute break, get a refresher, get a pee. I'm gonna start a countdown real quick.
Go buy some haste for Rob.
So,
So we're gonna do
monster.
21.
Piss off his players.
Oh shit.
oh,
22. 12. No. Jesus. And turn on some music for the stream. Start up the slideshow. And
Just haste for the whip.
All right, we are back, and Soleil, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm going to run down. Then I'm actually going to double move. Does he have? You said he grabbed that person, right?
Yeah, they're both. Well, they haven't really picked him up yet. They haven't had an action yet, but they're getting ready to. That's their intent, anyways. What's your intent?
I'm trying to get in front of him and stop him from leaving. I have my sword out.
Yeah, they kind of look angrily at you, and they're like, "Let us go, and you will live." One of them says.
I accept those terms. Let's do this.
Lumina.
All right. Lumina is didn't hear that exchange, or is pretending not to, and is going to take a shot at this chiseled guy with his longbow, even though he knows he can't do any damage, or thinks he can.
He's like, maybe
And just to be
maybe an
clear,
arrow or.
I am not stopping. I'm definitely still threatening them.
All right. Should I even roll damage, Drake? Is that?
Right. That's totally up to you. What would
All
your
right.
character do? Your character,
So
your character is got a 50% chance to get that arrow back. That's all. If it hits or misses and does damages or not.
right. Well, I mean, he shot it. Well, I'll roll the damage anyway. And it does nothing, which is what he assumed. But his when he hits him, he's gonna have his swarm also come out, and it surrounds this guy, and he tries to move him back towards the party.
Isn't the swarm? What's the range of that? Is there a range to that?
It's just when I hit him with an attack.
Any attack? Okay.
Yeah, there it is in the chat there. So, yeah, if he fails this, the swarm's gonna move him 15 feet directly towards the fire.
He fails.
So he's pulled 50. Well, not pulled, but he has moved 15 feet. Directly towards the fire.
I'm reading through it. I don't remember reading this before.
Did you guys ever see the movie Southern Comfort? Old swamp movie with Powers Booth and Keith Carradine.
No, but I've drank their alcohol.
Southern Comfort, yeah, me too. Too much of it. Now there's this one part where the Cajuns sick their dogs on him, and one of the National Guardsmen are like, "They sick their dogs on us, man," and he's shivering because these dogs just chewed him up, man. I mean, big old like Rottweilers or something. That's what I'm thinking. Somebody sicked their dogs on us, and then when he turned into a human, I didn't get the whole.
All right, so another one backs and comes back around growling. Yeah, so this guy's going to pick him up. Well, how strong is this guy? 11 strength.
I would argue he would have a hard time disengaging if he's carrying another person, but that's just me.
What do you mean? What'd you say? Have a hard time what? I didn't hear that word.
Disengaging?
Oh, he hasn't tried to disengage yet because he's trying to pick this guy up. He's like, ugh!
Yeah, but you were thinking it, so I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there.
Yeah, he's like, ugh! So he starts dragging this guy this way.
$1 at a time.
Yeah, he's like dragging him this way, trying to get out of your reach, but he doesn't leave your threatened square. And he says,
Jump on the dead one. Make
he
him
says, sick
carry
him.
you too.
He says, sick him to the other jackals. Why is this one? Why do we get an error here? Oh,
What's the error?
Pro stream.
I've got to admit this encounter's kind of funny because, so many times your encounters are, it's you against them and they're out to kill you. But this time it's them against our stuff and they're out to gank it all and run off with our shit,
Trying to take our shit.
They will.
All right. Well,
And they don't
Varial
care.
wants to.
They're not particularly looking for
That's a
anything in
string, a ball
particular.
of string. You took a fucking ball of string. Come on, man.
And
It's
a
funny
patch of
we're
your
fighting them
hair.
over a ball of string.
You get a
And
patch of
my
hair and a
hair.
ball of string.
I got a bald spot in the back of my head now.
Varial is going to guiding bolt one of these guys near Soleil.
Oh shit.
And take out another one. You need my skip dead extension.
Wow, that's loud.
Shameless advertising.
Yep.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Yep.
Super expensive.
It's probably free on the forums, isn't it? Probably
I
$1.
think it's
a
$1 on DM's Guild.
Yeah.
What's $1?
My skip dead on the combat tracker, so that it just immediately skips anybody who's dead when you're passing initiative.
Well, yeah, I usually delete them, but since the new extension out, I've been leaving them, so I probably need to
Right,
grab
same
that.
here. That's why I wrote it, because I like leaving them on, and now I don't have to click through them.
But what happens with PCs who are dead? And
It doesn't do anything unless
saving
it's an
throws and stuff?
NPC. Yeah, it doesn't do
Okay.
anything unless it's an NPC.
Yeah, that's the delete that or remove dead NPC button he's got now for the DM too. I could just click it and it'll delete all the dead NPCs in there.
What about
Yep.
zombies? Zombies and things.
Are they NPCs?
They're NPCs, but on their
Well,
turn they get a chance to.
Well, don't
yeah,
delete them.
zombies.
Don't delete them.
No, I mean on the skip dead.
Well, if they take damage, they roll their save and then they jump back up to 1 hit point. So they should never be at 0 hit points.
Oh, okay. But what about a troll that's down and then the gang?
Yeah, but zombies are dead already.
Yeah, but if the troll's down, he doesn't get a turn, so it just skips his turn. It doesn't delete him.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it works out well.
I have a question. Why does Chiseled have bardic inspiration?
I don't know. He feels inspired by something.
Changeling was
I
feeling
must have had him
generous.
targeted when I gave it to Soleil or Vero. We take that off of him.
Pinch.
I knew Janglang was shifty.
Top of round 4.
So Pinch looks at Jangalang and he says, if these boys have been up this for a while, they probably got some good loot around here. And he takes off this direction and he cunningly dashes to about there, I guess. And then he'll use his action to move another 25 feet to here.
I'm assuming you're moving around, chiseled. You're not running through his
Yeah,
red square.
yeah. Well, then that wouldn't really bring me. That would probably bring me to here then.
Yeah, we'll
His
just
hands
put
are
you
full
there.
of a dead
Yeah,
body
that's
anyway,
good.
unless he hits him with the dead body.
Now Chisel's not full of a dead body. He's
He's
up
gonna
here.
swing him.
You're gonna trip him. I was gonna try to
Yeah,
trip
he's
Oh,
up
him.
by the
him.
camp.
I was gonna stick
that
my
guy.
leg out.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, poof, but he comes curving around. How come the dead guys get to go first? I don't understand it. Jangalang. Damn.
He'll try to do the Tasha's hideous laughter again on Chisel. See if he can't stop him.
He just got swarmed closer, and he starts
Hey,
laughing. He starts
now
laughing.
he thinks it's funny.
A laughing jackal.
That's good, John. That's good. I like that.
Kind of like that, but more like
Actually,
jackally.
I should have put this one on.
You need the
And
Joker from
that's
the end
his turn.
of the 1980s Batman movie.
Ripstop tunic. It's an old army jacket. The old Ripstop army. Marines
They
had them
stole.
too. The little squares in them. The Ripstop. They didn't work for shit. There's no Ripstop. I think it helped it. It was more like zipper tears. Like, zoop. Soleil, ole, ole, ole. Come on, you can kill this guy.
All right. So make a mental note to work with Pinch and Jangling. I'm going to move around. Or if I need to go through the dead man square, I can do that too. Whatever. To get to that square. So
Yeah,
that
that's
means
not a problem.
Pinch is now in my fairy dust.
It's making me.
Doesn't do anything for him. It says it does it. It says it applies it to you, not to everybody.
Yeah,
No, it
everybody within
does
10. Anybody within 10 feet. I'll show you.
Yeah.
allies within 10 feet.
Oh,
That's,
did it say allies? I thought it just said
AC.
you.
AC +1, I think.
Your allies gain the same bonus.
Oh, did it say that? I missed that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's how that very last sentence.
Oh, your
Oh,
allies
you already
gain
put
the
it on
same
there.
bonus.
Cool. Nice.
When I read it, I thought that would be kind of cool if it was everybody in the 10 foot. But and I was thinking, why is it 10 foot? You know, why is it? Who cares? If it's only you, why make it 10 foot? There you go.
All
Too
right,
bad
so
he didn't
as
get
I'm running
Tasha's
up,
hit his laughter cast on him. Empathetic laughter.
slash out with my sword. Thanks for
Hey, what's up,
saving us the trouble
T-Nomad?
of having to hunt you down. I appreciate it.
Lumina. What are you doing
All
up
right.
here?
Lumina
Oops.
wants to yeah, he's gonna make sure Chisel doesn't go anywhere. So he pulls a log out of the fire to use as a club in the hopes that maybe that will do some damage to these guys. And then moves around to the other side of Chisel.
All right, well, when you pull it out, it's actually just a torch, not a club. And torches can do a point of fire damage, though.
All right, well that's something just in
Do,
case.
do
So
you have the torch coded on your character sheet?
I could probably find it.
I didn't know that. Is
I
that
don't,
is that right? A torch can do a point of fire damage, huh?
Yeah, and it's coded too.
So you
All
wanna
right, I
grab
will
Well,
find
see
that.
if you hit first.
Well, I'm actually not going to attack him. I was just wanted to make sure he didn't leave. So Lumina's just going to move over to there and then take the dodge action.
Yeah, under
He gets to
spells,
save
there's
at the end of his turn.
torch. What's his condition? Prone and incapacitated?
Incapacitated. Yep. He gets to
Oh,
save at the end of
that's
his. So
It
you
should
should
be
roll it if you
automatic.
pass it.
yeah, it will roll it too, because that looks like right. So he's like rolling on the ground, stomping his feet, laughing, and 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 now he stops and looks around like, uh-oh.
Sees Lumina with a torch above
Yeah.
his face. Poke him in the eye.
So this jackal is going to attack Soleil. He's going to try to bite him. With advantage, because he's got his buddy next to him, which is a hit. So he grabs a hold of your freaking calf muscle, and he bites down. His fangs sink deep into your calf, and you're like, get off of me, because I've got good potatoes in me, and I'm raging. And this one is, he's going to take his scimitar out and try to hit you with it. Which is a hit. Two points of damage. Slashing into you, and then he's going to shift around to this side. And this one's going to shift this. They look like they're going to run. They look like they're going to about to dip. Veyrill.
I think another guiding bolt is in the works for empathetic laughter. And I'm going to do it at level 2. Hopefully I hit.
Oh, yeah. So you like blow his head off. Like mists like up in the air like a Gallagher show with a watermelon.
Holy shit.
That's a pretty crappy roll though.
Yeah.
That's a
Not
lot
so
of
bad.
dice.
13.
2 1s and a 2 and a 3.
But he was pretty wounded already. And you know what? I'm gonna do that because they're annoying now. What happened? Top of the round?
Well, you deleted them when somebody had
Pinch.
initiative.
Well, dadgummit. Pinch moves right around here. And,
Yeah, no, I got the extensions for sure, T-Nobad. I got them for sure. I think I'm running 50 now. 50 extensions.
oh,
Sneak
yeah.
attack hits. Automatic sneak attack. 15 points of damage. He looks pretty wounded. See his blood splatter?
Yeah, that short sword wasn't doing any good on him, so that's about all he's got.
Jangalang-a-dangalang.
Jangalang is going to move over here.
The guy's prone. All right, we'll consider that 25 feet of movement, but you can get there.
And well, he's prone.
Yeah, he
So I
doesn't have any
wonder.
chat points. He never gets home from work in time. It's like the first time in chat.
So if he's prone, then this should probably be with advantage. I'm going to try to throw this net over the top of him.
Wait, it didn't delete those off of him, did it? Let me look. Where is he at? Who's this guy?
It shouldn't have.
It never ever. No, he's still
Chiseled.
prone.
He's
Yeah, he's still prone.
incapacitated
No,
and prone still.
he should not be incapacitated though. Let me take
Right,
that off.
but he should be
Yeah,
prone.
he's still prone.
Yeah, he's gonna throw this net over him, try to catch his ass.
Well, a net always has disadvantage, FYI. But you do net him.
Yeah, and then that's the end of Jangling's turn.
Ripstop Tunic
Deal.
is
I
gone.
should probably find the coding for a net.
Should be just restrained. Grappled, restrained, something like that.
All right, Soleil.
Restrained.
This
I'm
thing
gonna
looks
move over a
wounded.
little bit.
He's limping. He's bleeding. He's got blood coming out of his mouth.
Looks like that hurts quite a bit. Let me help you out here.
Oh,
You chop his head off. Chomp.
It only exceeded by 12.
I know.
Is that all?
That's it. And we've got a quick little. As you guys.
Pinch! We got a live one captured.
Yeah, as you guys. Let me turn off. Token lock. And you guys grab this guy and pin him down with his net on him. And I mean, he's still laughing a little bit. You know.
Nervous laughter.
All right, so the scroll tube you guys get. I think the other items are gone, right?
the string, yeah.
The string and the hair, I think, are gone.
And my mess kit.
At least
No,
it
you
wasn't
killed
my
that
magic
guy. So
dagger.
the mess
Oh,
kit,
we
you
got
guys
that back?
fine. Yeah.
3 of them got
You
away.
should have.
Two of 'em
so
got away.
taken my dagger and ran with it. You
So
should
the
have
hair
so
and the
done.
string. Yeah, but you know, he thought about it. Then he's like, I gotta pick it up in my mouth. That glowing or that magical dagger that I know is hurting. Probably wasn't a
Oh
good
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Pops, we gonna hunt and chase the other 2 down tonight, or do you want to wait till morning?
Well, that gives us time to eat this one. What do you think,
Yeah,
fellas?
they didn't get nothing.
He's like, don't eat me. I'm bad meat. You'll catch where.
2 of them got away.
Oh, well, you
Did
think that
I'm diseased.
we've eaten much worse. We're going to start with your feet, so it'll be a few days before you're dead. Don't worry about it. Unless you tell us where you're hiding out at.
He picks up his feet. Start with the left one. It's kind of bad. You got a corn on it. Give me a intimidation pinch.
Oh, shit, an intimidation.
The,
Oh, okay.
the intimidating halfling.
Well, you weren't trying to persuade.
Nice.
And he points with his other foot. They go in that way. And he points the direction they fled in. It's not far. Just follow the tracks.
How many more are there?
How many more?
How many
Hang
more
on,
back at your den?
let me sharpen my teeth so I can get a good bite on you.
He's like, how many more what?
How many
Cactuses?
more of
Of your kind.
There's a few more.
Soleil, I'm with you. I'm actually ready to go take them out. We don't need to leave a dangerous nest of jackals.
Jackholes?
should,
Did you say jackhole?
Yes, jackholes.
Jackhole wares.
Jackholes.
We should go to
Hit him
the
right in the jackhole.
We should go to their lair anyway, in case they are the ones who waylaid the caravan.
Or in case they have more string for pinch.
So we got. Why don't we do character introductions for T Nobad since he asked and we haven't done it yet. So, well, we
Yeah.
start off with Jangalang. We got Caesar playing Jangalang.
Yeah, Jangalang is a Eldrin elf bard, youngin, in his teens still.
Here I did a group portrait. So there's Jangalang. Sven, tell us about Soleil.
So Soleil is one of, he's related to Lumina and Varel. He's a half elf that was abandoned in the forest. Varel found him and raised him, and had a lot of anger issues growing up. Could not wait to get out of the forest, so he went into the big city and became a um, Harper agent.
Harper.
Hated it there, so came back, got his brother, and in the meantime, he's been tapping into this. He's got this magic that's just flowing through him that he can't control, and has learned to harness it a little bit whenever he goes into a rage. So he's a wild magic barbarian.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it? And then we got Marbania, who's playing Little Pinch down here.
Yes, Pinch is he's a halfling, and he comes from Luskin, and uh, he knew he was ways around the streets pretty well up there in Luskin, and then one day he decided to pinch the wrong guy, and the wrong guy happened to be a Harper, and he drug my little ass all the way down to barge right in and kept me there for a year and told me that he had need of my skills. But I think after he got to figuring out how much it was costing him to feed me all year, he decided that it's time for me to go. So away I went, and here I am now with these guys. It's been great ever since.
And then Valtrex is playing Lumina.
Yeah. So Lumina is a Dusk Elf Ranger. He is Soleil's adopted brother, as Veril found both of us and adopted the two of us together. And he's always had an affinity with ravens, and so he is a swarm keeper ranger. And his swarm takes the form of illusory ravens that help him out from time to time.
Cool, cool. And then the old man of the group, Vayril, played by Matakiri.
That's me. Yeah, playing Vayril. He is a stoner elf druid and seems to have picked up a nasty habit of finding orphans in the woods and raising them
It's at least
to be
three
pains
we
in his
know
ass.
of, right? It's at least three we
Yeah,
know
there's
of.
at least 3. That's a minimum number, not maximum. We're
He
still
might have.
haven't revealed
He
all of
can't
his.
remember everything all the time.
Yeah, he likes the group for the most part. Doesn't like when his kids torture him, especially when he's wild shaped. So he tries to avoid it as much as possible. But yeah, we're off looking for my daughter right now, Tess, one of the other orphans I rescued.
And he's a weird star druid.
Yes, I am a stars druid. So every once in a while, I'll turn into a constellation.
So
And
you
yes, my star constellation is
guys
female, not male.
just
Even though I'm
immediately you're gonna go after these thieves, these jackals that stole some hair and a bit of twine.
No, we
I
want to
just
know
don't
what
want to
else they
leave a
stole.
nest of evil jackal creatures alive. I mean, if we can, why not just wipe them out?
Yeah, it's
What are
still
you doing?
early
What are
early
you
evening,
doing with
right?
your
6.
netted guy while you're gone? That's the question. You bringing him with you, or
I'll have him all prepared just perfectly, but before you fellers get back. Let's see, which part am I going to cook first?
The hairy
He's like,
part.
I told you where they're at. You said you weren't gonna eat me if I told you.
I lied. Uh,
There's 100
We just tie him
jackals.
up, tie him up, gag him, and he can show us the way.
Well, in that case,
There's 100 jackals, and they'll be back any minute. If you let me go, I'll convince them not to come.
mhm.
Let's see what he rolls.
Insight.
He's gonna roll his bluff. What is deception? Charisma?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
versus
don't
my
need.
insight.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll insight on that roll. I rolled a 4. He's like, yeah, there's 98 of us, and they'll be here any minute. So, are you guys taking off, or what? Leaving him here? How is this working?
Well, they said they're just right over there, so it can't be too far away. Just follow the tracks.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
that I had Hunter's mark on escaped, so I have advantage to track him.
Oh,
That's
I'm
right.
not concerned about tracking. I'm asking, are you leaving this guy here? What are you doing with this guy that's netted and restrained and tied
I'd
up? And
suggest Pinch or Soleil just get rid of him.
So I
We don't
haven't put
need
away
the
my
evil
sword yet,
jackalers.
What?
and I'll tell him, go ahead, let him loose.
Are we gonna
he
give
says,
him an
if
even,
you let me
even
live, I'll
chance?
lead you to him.
Gag him.
All right, lead us to him.
Gag him, and
We'll kill
Pinch
him
takes
later.
off one of his dirty old socks and shoves it in the guy's mouth.
That'll make it easy to track him. You can smell that thing a mile off.
Go ahead, take the net off him.
So you got his hands bound and a sock in his mouth, and you push him in the direction, and he starts to lead you off to the west. And you don't have to travel too far when you come to. Where's it at? There it is. So you guys move through the hills, and you guys up ahead in the. What kind of light source are you guys using? Just dark
Oh,
vision, or
Dark
I was
vision
just
for me.
about to say I'm just using the dagger with a little 5-foot glow around it, and I'm putting the drift globe back in my pocket.
and you're the only one that doesn't have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Yeah. So you're kind of in the back with your dim light going, watching this guy, poking him a little bit, making him walk. The rest of you kind of spread out a little bit and following these tracks. They're pretty easy to see. Actually, uh, one of the jackals was bleeding pretty good, so there's like some blood drops and and there's a hunter's mark, so you know it's fairly easy to find them. You move through the hills, and I'm gonna throw you guys on a map. Oops, not that one, not that button, not that one. And let me get you guys on the map so you can see what's going on. So you guys see a bridge that goes over a chasm, and you can see the tracks lead right over to the bridge, and you can hear yipping and faint barky noises coming from the far end of that. You can't really see what's going on. There's a big terrain feature, a big mound of dirt.
So these all going up from our level, except for where the waterfall is.
Yeah, this is all up, and this is all up. Well, this is kind of the same level, almost. The bridge is level, and then
Is that
everything
like a
else is tall.
spiral? It looks like it spirals
This
down.
this one well, you can't really see that. Your character
Yeah,
can
it's
anyways.
just a trick of the line of sight.
I think it is. So as
You
you
may
guys
want to
kind
get
of
your stock back
get
because he's
get
going to
to
accidentally
this
fall down that hole.
get to this area, what are you guys gonna attempt to do? What's your intention, anyways? Do you let
I'm
him
So
just
I'll
gonna
go,
go
say that
after
or
him.
to
he's like they're over there on the other side. I
Let's leave
promise
him trussed
I'll
up
run
till we're
off
done.
and not harm anybody.
I don't trust him.
what's at
We
the
had a
bottom of
deal.
that ravine over there.
It goes down a long ways, and it's full of water.
Can you swim?
So I'm going to say,
Can you fly?
what's in the water?
He's like, I've never been down there. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. It's a jackalware is in the water, and I'm going to push him over the edge.
So you move all the way up here.
You didn't even untie his hands either, did you?
No, he's still restrained. Well, he's gonna go falling. So he vanishes out of sight, and about
Wait, he's got my sock in his mouth. Wait, damn it!
3 seconds later, yeah, he doesn't scream on the way down. And about 3 seconds later, you hear splash.
I guess there was water down there.
Wonder how deep it was.
Want to find out?
Shh, Jangling, don't
Oh, that
provoke
was
him.
weird. Oh, I clicked on his character and it brought up the map he was on. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna take him off that map though. All right, well, this is a good spot for us to stop before we get into this. Um, we will pick this back up next week on Tuesday, starting at 8 o'clock. But on Thursday, Marbania, are you finally going to run some Deadlands or what?
Yes. This week I should finally be able to run some Deadlands.
So over on Marbania's stream on Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern, we're going to be playing some Deadlands and Savage Worlds. So a little bit different rule set, but still the same kind of fun. I'm having pretty fun playing Timmons on that. And there's Marbania's information if you want to follow him and watch us over there. On Saturday, we will not be streaming Rima the Frost Maiden over on Rob's channel because he is moving his studio to his new house. So we're not doing that. And on Sunday, we're not gaming there
You skip
because
Friday.
oh yeah, Friday. Thank you.
Yep.
Friday we definitely are running Jungles of Cholt, my homebrew, 8 o'clock. So right here, 8 o'clock, Jungles of Cholt. It takes place after the Tomb of Annihilation. And you guys, they just finished up doing Firefinger, and they're heading over to Atazmuhaz, or some crap. I don't remember. Some jungle crap name. Ooptao shit. I don't know. And then Saturday we're not. So just Friday and Tuesday for me streaming. But come catch Marbania if you're watching and you want to see some Deadlands. Did you are we when are you thinking of doing an update into the new Deadlands? Is that out and all that crap?
You know, it would be it would change a lot of things for H.G. Willikers and for some of the characters that if I did that in the middle of this campaign. So
Oh,
I
I got
think
you.
what I'm gonna do is kind of lay all the homebrew stuff to the side unless you guys venture off that way again, which you're kind of want to do. But and we're at plot point 6. There's 7 plot points and then a finale. So
Well, to be honest, Marbania, I don't. As a player, I have no idea what's homebrew and what's not. So
right,
if we're doing a
right.
lot of homebrew, that's because we don't know it's homebrew. We're just doing it. So.
Well, it's a good no. The more homebrew that you've had to throw in there just means the better the group that you've got, in my opinion.
It's just
Just a
more
good
work for the
group.
DM sometimes.
It
Homebrew is like
is. It
3
is.
times the amount of work.
Well, the big question is when is the virtual tabletop stuff going to be available? My physical package hasn't even shipped yet. They printed the label, so it's on its way. Here eventually. But I don't know who's even doing the tabletop, the VTT for Fantasy Grounds. So
Sven runs some Starfinder over on his channel. Caesar's running a D&D game. I haven't seen you streaming a lot lately. Do I miss you, or have you been off?
We didn't do it last weekend.
Oh,
Had some family emergency stuff happen.
and Valtrex was running a game. He's going to be picking up a new one here pretty soon. He's going to start streaming, and he's getting all that stuff going. Ha
Yeah,
ha
I don't know
ha!
about
is that
that.
your is that your wife that was playing in that? Who's Robin? Is that's what I thought? Your wife's name was Robin.
Yep.
So your wife actually likes to play.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Yep.
that'd be
She's
cool.
a pretty good player too.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
actually
she's a real good role player.
she just started DMing her first game for our local group. So we're doing the Acquisitions Incorporated adventure that
Oh,
she's
something
DMing
fun.
for
Yeah,
us.
that's fun. You know, the other
That's
one
cool.
that's kind of fun too is that Rick and Morty that Sven ran. That was
Yep.
pretty fun too. I thought I liked that. Especially if you like he did, he made everyone read some of Rick's stuff, and we all had to act like Rick.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that was pretty fun. All right, well, we're gonna. Is there anybody we got to raid? Let's see who's out there.
Quick's
DM
on.
Quick. What
Don't
time is
forget
it?
old
No, it's Tuesday. I'm gonna get some sleep, so I'm gonna dip out early, and we'll leave DM Quicksilver. So say good night to the stream players. We'll catch you
Nice
guys
stream.
later in the week. Thanks
Thanks,
for
stream.
stopping by,
Key
and we'll
Nomad
catch you around.
redeemed advantage. So make sure you either make a note or give him back his points or something.
Yeah,
Feel
I'll give
bad
him
for
back.
him.
I'll throw his points back.
His first
12
time he
minutes ago.
redeemed and didn't
Yeah,
work.
I'll throw his points back. Let me see how to do that right now. Manage reward requests. I've never done it, so reject.
So you're
Refund
not going
points.
right to bed yet.
No, I just did it. It's done. I gave them back. That's how easy it is.
Sweet.
All right. We'll see you guys around.
Thanks,
Catch you
Drake.
later. See you guys.
Thanks. Good
Appreciate
night.
your work, Drake.